To date, it's about the attitudes you bring to the job. You know, there's a lot of very qualified as far as education and maybe credentialing, but it means nothing if you don't have the right attitude. A lot of competition to get a job, and I look at a potential employee is not one that feels that they're entitled to the position because of these qualifications they may bring to the job. But I feel that it's about their attitude and what they can bring to a team, and especially a positive attitude in faced with a challenge and a difficult problem that we have to create a solution around. We don't have the answers. Don't think that the employer has the answers, even though they've been around for quite a number of years and the organization is strong and solid. We expect the new employee to bring that answer to the table. So don't look for the answers. We're not going to give you the answers. You need to be there to provide the solution. It is about the solution. And for interior designers, I'm still going back to we're the caregivers in the space. So think about your position in that and how you can bring that solution to the table.
I find that having a person come in and interview for a job, although I'm a sole practitioner, I have had staff in the past and realized that that's not something that I wanted to continue having, simply because I wanted the flexibility. But when I've had people come in and interview for not only paid positions but also internships, I find that they talk about them and their advancement. What catches my attention most is to have someone come in and talk to me about my business and what my business requires, and being interested in advancing the business. If they help advance the business, then they help advance themselves, and not the other way around. And so I'm always looking for that team effort and that bigger picture and a knowledge of business and understanding of business, and why they're hired in the first place is to promote the business, not for the business to give them a job. And so when I find someone who is understanding that principle, that really catches my attention.
First and foremost, most of these skills are not something we teach in an interior design degree or through an interior design curriculum. The most important that I've heard is a great learning attitude. Be willing to learn from everyone around you. Be enthusiastic about what you do. Work a little bit more time than what's been required. Think about being a team member. Being respectful for everyone's opinion on any topic, and realizing every relationship that you make is critical and important for moving that project forward. I think if you can practice those kind of skills, you can be very, very successful in any field. Then what you bring in addition to those intrinsic abilities is the extrinsic ones, which are your writing, your graphic design, and your verbal skills as well. If you add those and combine those with the qualities that you bring as an individual, a respectful attitude, you'll do really, really well out in the interior design field, because you're working with people all the time.
In the last few months in interviewing and meeting with potential new employees, what I recognized was something missing. And I thought back on the hires that we had made in the last year, and I tried to remember what about that conversation with them and what about the conversation and looking in their portfolio really made a difference. And I recognized that what they brought to the interview was a conversation about what they learned in their schooling. But in addition to completing the requirements for school, they went well beyond that. They re-investigated the questions that their instructors asked them. They redrew some of their project solutions. And in addition, they were investigative and went beyond the typical questions. And so really the important part for me is that I look for someone that is inquisitive.